So it looks like we have a real crisis on our hands here. So where's Greenpeace? Remember Greenpeace? They used to take to the seas and actually confront whalers?
There are not many whales left. These whales belong to all the people of the earth. And we are asking you, we are begging you to stop it.
So where are they now? As whales are being massacred by green tech, Greenpeace has nothing to say. Where's all the blowhorns in the boats, guys? They're not at the Jersey Shore protesting. Why aren't they chaining themselves to windmills, demanding they come down? They're just sitting in their air-conditioned offices, feet up, as the whale population drops. Patrick Moore is the co-founder of Greenpeace and author of Fake Invisible Catastrophes and Threats of Doom. Where is Greenpeace?
Like you said, they're in cushy offices all around the world, making fat salaries and doing virtually nothing to help the environment anymore. As a matter of fact, supporting wind and solar energy is doing a lot to hurt the economy of the average person in terms of the price they have to pay for electricity. Just look at what's happened in Germany. This net zero thing has become a complete fiasco. It's like saying we should reduce the food supply by 80%. You know, getting rid of all the fossil fuels is reducing the fuel supply by 80%. It can't happen. There aren't enough battery materials in the world to back up something that only works a third of the time either. And the great irony of this is Greenpeace and all the rest of these wind and solar promoters are against nuclear energy, which is perfectly clean, costs less money in the long run than wind and solar, and has been running in the United States and Canada over 100 reactors. No one's ever been injured by them. And they're against it. So I think they've betrayed their founders. I was one of them among 12 of us that went on a boat to Amchitka in the Aleutians to protest U.S. underground nuclear testing, and we won. President Nixon canceled all the underground hydrogen bomb tests the next year after that. We then spent 2 years against French atmospheric nuclear testing and won that one too. And then we went on to save the whales. I was on all 4 voyages, 75, 6, 7, and 8, into the deep Pacific for 2-3 months at a time, getting right in front of the harpoons. I was on these voyages that you're showing now.
Yeah, I mean, I used to think you guys were crazy growing up. We used to see you and read about you. And now it looks like Greenpeace has been compromised. Has Greenpeace been compromised by big wind?
They were compromised years ago, Jesse. I left in '86 because they decided to have a campaign to ban chlorine worldwide. They thought that would be a good fundraiser. Well, table salt is made with chlorine, and it's an essential nutrient. And more than half of our medications are made with chlorine chemistry, and adding it to drinking water was the biggest advance in the history of public health. And they named it the devil's element to give it a good advertising label. And they named polyvinyl chloride, PVC, otherwise known as vinyl, which is ubiquitous in medical care, in all the blood bags and blood tubes and everything. They called it the poison plastic.
Wow. And well, listen, Patrick, you and I agree. We got to save the whales. And I'm glad you and I agree on that. So let's do it. Maybe we are going to have to go out on some boats and with a bullhorn or chain ourselves to something, because this is not good for the Jersey Shore, for the Atlantic Ocean. And as you said, it's not great for consumers either. Thank you so much for joining us.
The disturbance on the bottom of the sea, just installing these things, is massive. They're 60-foot wide concrete, 40 feet into the bottom. Yeah. They have to dig deep holes to do this. It's just a tragedy.
It really is. Yep.
There's only a little over 400 of these things left.
I know. It's awful. And we're going to stop it. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.